Welcome back, souls and soldiers, to Soul Calibur 4 and its character creation mode that lets you maximize the utility of characters you've gained with the equipment that you've unlocked.
So, what are we attempting to show off this time? The different costumes that Keelik has got?
Well, he does have different costumes. You can take cosplay to the max. Unfortunately for Past Cloud, he recorded this before he noticed that this is not the customizable Keelik. This is the base Keelik, which is why the only thing you can put on him is a ring.
Looks like you could actually switch over his weapon too.
You can, yes. It's the only other thing you can do to improve his power.
HP recovery.
The Jingu Staff. It's a name that I remember from Soul Calibur 2. It's one of Keelik's most powerful weapons. It's a lengthy staff. It's red-colored, like smacking somebody upside the head with a candy cane.
Alright. Okay, so when does willpower actually trigger? I assume it's at half health?
That some of these skills do activate depending on the conditions of the situation when you're in a fight. Other times you have to manually activate it.
Okay, shape damage is a chip damage, so
let's dial down the skills a little bit, because level 6 Keelik, also on the early side of the recording curve for Soul Calibur 4 by Rabbit Commentaries, we haven't unlocked a lot of equipment yet. And because we haven't unlocked a lot of equipment yet, we don't have a lot of very powerful equipment. Not to mention that we don't have any customized equipment on Keelik at the moment. So what we're paying attention to while we elect for skills is the two numbers that you see next to each of the respective 5 categories of skills: power, impact, boost, gauge, and special. There is a cost to having a skill, but you cannot have the cost of having that skill exceed your character's threshold for that particular category of skill.
okay.
And the game will let you know by Xing out the category that you have exceeded the limit. So as long as all categories of skills are inside the limits based on the skills you've selected, then you'll be able to exit and finish your character.
But what you're saying is that you should be running base characters until you're at least level 10 with them.
Base characters are fine, and you're encouraged to use whatever characters you want for the early portion of story or Tower of Lost Souls, because the difficulty AI on your opponents are going to also be low, so you can at least get your feet wet and also explore all the different ways that you can unlock stuff as you're playing the game.
Equal skill and power.
And to be honest with you, although I got 20 G for that achievement, I have no idea what I accomplished in order to do that in the first place.
Oh, you managed to max out your skill and power ratios on your equip screen.
Well, let's go to
Fight like the god of war himself.
Surpass the limit of power with one attempt.
So this is a rather weird Tower of Lost Souls challenge. You have to defeat each of 3 floors in a row full of characters, opponents, but you have no reserve characters.
Although with your changes, you're actually hitting them quite hard.
It's a combination of equipping the Jingu Staff and also that I'm pretty sure these characters that I'm going up against have absurdly low defense, and that's why they take so much damage when they get struck. Congratulations, warrior. Now do the same thing over again, and don't die.
Thetis, Juno, and Estrella. Charge cancels. Ooh.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't remember what charge cancel means.
Strike quickly.
apprehend with your hands multiple times. That means they want you to throw a lot.
They want you to grab them, yeah. But Past Cloud doesn't know how to grab yet.
Stage start.
It's either the 2 slash buttons and guard.
So on your Xbox 360 controller, it's the guard button and the horizontal button, which is A and X.
And there's also the vertical slash button, which I think it's B on the Xbox controller.
Vertical slash would be Y button.
Yeah, vertical slash is Y. Okay, so yeah, Y and X is actually a more powerful throw, slightly more powerful. It's like 2% more.
Y and X, huh? Huh.
Yep.
I may have to try that sometime. Sounds excellent. Estrella. With her lack of upper body clothing, she soundly defeated under the might of the Jingu staff.
Even though Keelik is still pretending that he's running the Kali Yuga, so.
Here comes the nightmare boss.
A Nornin, Caster, and Oryx. Ha! You can't actually ring out this nightmare, so there.
And this is a pretty
Master
tiny
the never-ending
arena.
Dance, which again means, very specifically, land a decent number of hits in a combo.
I like the knight in shining armor aesthetic that they got for the boss this time. There's also one of those weird stages where the boss on the final stage is actually the first opponent that you go up against.
It happened last time with Taki too, so.
So all that knowing who the boss is that you can anticipate as you climb up the ladder what kind of enemy you're going to go up against, because the game only indicates to you what the boss enemy is going to be. He doesn't tell you what his lackeys are going to be like.
Well, if you can actually read the screen correctly, they will be able to tell you, because all the character portraits are tied to specific characters from single player. Like Nornin, I'm pretty sure is actually either Jinghua or Hong Sonyan. So.
Right, while you're playing the Tower of Lost Souls, but you can't, like, if it's, for example, your first time doing the Tower of Lost Souls floors, then you have to play it first in order to find out what the other competition is going to be like.
But you get told what enemy moveset you're going into.
I mean, it tells you, like, it gives you an idea as to what kind of conditions you're going to be playing under, but that's it. You don't know, you can't anticipate what character styles you're going to be fighting against until you start playing. And my boy Keelik, who at this point was my main, as well as Astaroth with his big flippin' swinging dinging hammer.
Unbinding wave. See right here, Shura and Taki. Shura, no, it's not Cervantes. Dang it, I'm not sure who that one is.
Switch speed up is a useful special skill if you want to, as a matter of strategy, change your characters repeatedly throughout the fight. It increases the rate at which your character switch gauge increases, because you can only switch characters as long as you have at least one charge on your character switch gauge, and you get charges as you fill up your bar.
So Shura actually is Cervantes. She just doesn't look like it.
Right. And that's what I find so cool about Tower of Lost Souls, is that it's the same styles of enemies, but they take on different appearances. Gotta break some expectations. I like it when Astaroth is wearing like a mask or a helmet.
Sherazade and Raphael. Is Sherazade supposed to be Manet?
That's your soul on your blade.
Let's find out. My monocle and I are going to see you to the death. So I notice that start dash has become something of a popular thing. However,
At
ring
least
out,
for you.
ring out still sings. Have a nice, refreshing
I'm not sure, but I
drink.
think Sherazade was actually just Raphael again. Huh.
It is entirely possible because not only can the computer AI use repeated character styles, the player also is welcome to spam character styles. You don't have to play as a different character for each of your different characters in your roster. You can make a whole team of just the same character if you want. It's all the easier in character creation mode because character creation mode lets you create copies of characters, and each of those copies can occupy each of the slots you need to fill up your team roster.
Not yet, Astaroth. Alright. Kamakiramusi and Ashlot. So Kamakiramusi, it looks like it's actually Hilda, and Ashlot's going to be Songmina, I guess.
Will be chosen.
You can knock your foes out of the arena here.
No, she's actually going to be Nightmare. Okay.
Stage start.
First I kick you, and then I ram you. Oh boy. Oh, that hurt. Why do I get the sense that I've seen this Ashlot character somewhere else before?
It's the maiden dress. This is she looks very specifically like a chess reference.
Chess. I actually was reminded of the songstress boss from Nier Automata for a second.
Yes.
Knock her out. Do it. Or just KO her. You could do that. Sing for me.
Alright, in the next episode, we will continue on with Tower of Lost Souls.
Yes, sir. Because the Tower of Lost Souls is only just getting warmed up to the more ridiculously difficult challenges.
Be safe, everybody.
We'll see you next time, everyone.